So welcome to Path to Healing group. It's all yours.
Okay. So I have things that we could talk about, but I also want to be useful to all of you that are here. So as a person who's been teaching style, I've been teaching style for around 10 years, which is still bananas to me because I broke up with style hard through my 20s and 30s and thought it was the most like ridiculous, petty, superficial thing ever because I had other things that were more important to focus on. Except I cried every time I went into a fitting room. So then I knew, maybe there's something for me to explore here. So I've been teaching style. The way that I teach style has shifted so completely over the years. My work now is certainly more focused on the ways in which trauma, what happened to us, can do this to our bodies and prevent us from showing up and move us into invisibility, into good enough, into fine, into comfortable. Oh, comfortable. Of course, our clothes should be comfortable, but they can also connect us to something really powerful, right? So even like before we get, if any of you were wearing anything right now that's uncomfortable, that's disconnecting you from the present moment, I invite you to take it off.
I gotta go
Seriously.
take off my pants.
You unbutton your pants, take your bra off, slip it through your sleeve. I don't care what you have to do. We're going to spend an hour together and we're going to feel good in our today bodies.
I can't wait. So we're going to be talking about like freaking bras. I hate it. It's a tourniquet.
I could talk for 10 hours. So we're going to have to be real clear as to where we're headed because I can talk about a lot of things. I've been teaching this for a long time and I got a lot of ideas. So, but like one of the things we tend to default to when it comes to style is being comfortable. And I'm like, of course you should be comfortable. That's a non-negotiable. If your pants don't feel good, if your crotch is burning or you have the muffin top, then those are not comfortable pants. Right? We all know what burning crotch is. When the rise is too short and it gets all up in your business, it's real. This is a real phenomenon, right? Especially coming out of the era of low-rise pants. Goodness gracious. Anyway, so if anything feels uncomfortable to you, your socks feel a little pinchy, your bra feels a little pinchy, turn your camera off, take that thing off for an hour. You're just going to feel good in your today body. Like that's what I invite you to do. So before I even get started, because I have things that we could talk about, but what I'm curious about, and I can see how I can weave this in, or we could build from it, or we could riff off of it, or what are your style questions? What are the things that hold you back? Maybe you don't have any questions and I can just launch, right? But if you have questions, I would love to be useful. I would love to sort of build what I have to share around what it is that you want to know, why you're here, why you signed up for this particular call, what it is about style that you're curious about. You are welcome. I'm guessing this would be okay, Janine. You could put it in the chat box and I can read it. If speaking up makes you feel a little nervous, that would be okay. The other thing I would say is if speaking to me directly or putting your message in
Copy
the
queen at towsmith.org or com. I don't remember.
Erin, I'm muting you. Okay, good. Keep going.
I was like, was that me? You know, and sometimes you're like, did I say something and I missed myself? No. So here's what I would offer. So if you'd like to share something, you can put it in the chat box where we can all see it. If you feel a little funky doing that, then I invite you to message Janine privately and then she can read it to me anonymously. Or you can come off mute and you can just raise your hand and share it that way. But I want to give you options. I know when it comes to style stuff, we can feel a little embarrassed and don't want people to know our questions, which is why I'm giving you some options because I don't want you to hold your questions inside because you think they're silly or whatever. So chat box, everybody can see, message it to Janine, message it to me just privately and I'll read it anonymously. I don't even know who you are, so I won't even know who asked, really, right? So,
all right, who has a question? Because I could just rattle off 10, but this is your call. So does anyone have a question that they would like to start with? Okay, I will get you started.
Nothing frightens me. I can handle it all. But Janine, okay, just give me what you got.
So before I even get into a store, looking online, I think everyone looks great. They've put their outfits together, and then either I go online to go shopping or I go in a store to go shopping. I look around, I'm like, I get completely overwhelmed. Decision fatigue happens within the first 3 seconds. First, as soon as I walk into a store, I feel like I have to shit my pants. And then my body's like, well, you can't shop. You have to go to the bathroom now. And so everything starts happening. I get overwhelmed. I'm like, this is stupid. Style is stupid. And I just walk out the door. And how do you even get started with what your style is? Like, how would I go into starting slowly? Because right now you look great. That's what I want to look like. I want accessories, right? I want things to pop. I love the way you look. How do you do it?
Should we start there? Does that sound, unless someone else has something else, we can just start there. Do we have any objections? We have no objections. Okay, this is where we're going to begin. Shitting our pants when it comes to shopping. That's
perfect.
That's where we're starting. We're starting with shitting our pants. See, I told you I can roll with anything. I'm not kidding. Okay.
This group is so used to talking about shit, so keep going. Perfect.
Okay, that's where this is right up my alley. So one of the things that I think is style is often approached when we talk about the clothes. To me, style has almost nothing to do with the clothes. It has not a lot to do with the accessories. It doesn't have a lot to do with the clothes. It has to do with what's alive inside of you that wants to be expressed.
Interesting.
What's alive inside of you that wants to be expressed. So my brand of personal style is I call it inside out congruency. Who am I on the inside? And how do I want that to be reflected on the outside? Because when I look at someone else's style, I can look at them and be like, I want what they're having. And I think it's about the clothes, but it actually doesn't have anything to do with the clothes. What it has to do with is their congruency. Right? So when people say to me, I love your outfit, and I translate that to, you're recognizing my congruency. Right? Which is why we have all had that experience where you see someone, even on Pinterest, right? And you see, and you're like, I want that. So you buy that, you put it on, and you feel like you're dressed up for Halloween.
Exactly.
Do you feel me?
I'm always wearing a costume. Always unless I'm in my sweatpants and a t-shirt, maybe a sweater and boots in the fall. Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, I put on an outfit that I thought looked good on somebody online, and I just feel like I'm wearing a costume.
You feel like you're wearing a costume because what you saw was whoever was wearing it, you saw their energy coming through and it matched who they were. You saw their congruency and you said, ooh, I'll take what they're having. Except you mistranslated it from I want their congruency to I want their pants and earrings. That's not going to do it because it's theirs. It's not yours. Right? So the work then becomes, who am I? And how do I want to show up in the world? Who am I? Not what do I do? Not one of the cultural expectations for someone my age, for someone my size. Not that. Who am I at my core? I'm talking spirit, soul fire, your wise woman, the essence of who you are. Where is that? What is that? And how do you express that on the outside? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Janine, I'm sensing a question in your face. Like this.
So many. There's so many. I'm like, okay.
I wanted to pause.
I'm going through the list. I love you. I'm going through the list of words that I would describe myself. And the first two I came up with were feisty and rule breaker. I love being a rule breaker.
Okay. feisty and rule breaker. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to turn this into an exercise. We're flying off the seat of our pants right now. I would love how well do you all know each other here?
Most of us know each other well, and there's some of us who just bought tickets who know each other through Minding Your Soul, so maybe not so well face to face.
Okay.
But yeah, no, let's just pretend like we all know each other really well, because it will happen.
Well, here's what we're gonna play a little bit, because I don't know where we're going. We're just gonna play. So what I would invite all of you to do is to grab a paper and a pencil, or a paper in your palm. It doesn't matter. Pen, it doesn't matter. Where you a napkin, doesn't matter to me. Journal, whatever. And I invite you to write down. I'm going to be a little audacious. I'm going to teach to the extreme because we have limited time. So we're going to go extreme. I would like you to write down 10 words that describe the essence of who you are right now.
I was happy I came up with 2.
Yeah,
Guys,
I know.
I might have to borrow some words.
That's why I said 10.
I know. You're really pushing the limits here for us. I like it.
I know.
All right.
I'm a little audacious like that.
I like
because
that.
then if you come up with 7, you're going to be like, oh no. And I'm going to be like, plenty. So that's kind of a secret. If I say 2 and you come up with 1, not enough. So I say a lot. And then if you come up with a whole bunch, then you're good.
I like that.
And I want to encourage you, the words that come to your head that seem extra audacious, that you're like, I can't say that. Put those ones down. The ones that emerge.
Well,
and it makes your
I'm putting
face
sexy down.
Yeah.
I'm putting sexy down. Everyone else, you better put sexy down, because I know this.
As you write these words down, here's something I want you to consider. There are the ways that we are and the ways that we express and the things that come easy for us. And then there are the parts of us that we've covered them with gray sweatpants and oversized shirts. I'm interested in the parts of you that maybe haven't seen the light of day in a long time. So I invite you to think back to when you were 6 years old. Think about the part of you that was alive and expressive back then. She's still there. If that was a tough time in your life, go back earlier. Jump ahead to high school, to after high school, to early 20s. Who were you then?
That was a good idea, because who we are now is just covered up. So you're right, going back to who we were when we were younger, and we're like, wow, I miss that person. Yeah. That helped with the few extra words.
Yeah. Who were you before your diagnosis? Who were you before the rug got pulled out from under you? Who were you before that boy in 7th grade stared at your boobs and made you feel self-conscious?
Or just never called you back when he said he just had to eat dinner, and I'll call you right back.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone take yourselves off mute. Please talk with us.
all the things, right?
Yes.
All the things.
Okay.
So just write down your words. If you're not there yet, I invite you to imagine your bestie, your best friend. How would your best friend describe you? If you have more than 10, you can have 50. I don't care, right? Just go. There's no scientific number that's the correct one. How would your best friend describe you? If your best friend were to write down 3 words that describe the essence of who you are, what would they say? If you have a close relationship with your grown-up, your parent, what would they say? If you have children, what would they say? If you have siblings, what would they say?
That was a good one. Wow. Okay.
What's everybody doing?
I'm done. Who's done?
Not
Now, the person in the purple shirt, I want to say your name is Patricia, right? Okay, very good. Listen, I know you're not normally on here, but really have fun with this. This is your time. You paid for this. Have fun with it. All
Yeah.
right. So feel free to take yourself off mute anytime you want and just have some fun. All right. Who else is done?
All right. And we see, I know that there's a lot of folks that don't have cameras on, which is fine, but you can give a thumbs up. I don't know if thumbs up show up if you're not on camera. I'm not sure. Erin just turned her camera on. Hi.
Let me test it here.
Oh, yep. I'm seeing thumbs up. I'm seeing some thumbs up with no cameras. Excellent. Good. You just helped me collect some data, something I didn't know about the app. So thank you. Even though I've been doing this for 10 years. There's always more to learn. Good. So what I want to invite you to do right now is look at your list, read your list, and let yourself, no, that's not the way I'm going to say it. Invite yourself to feel your list. What does it feel like to look at these words that describe the essence of who you are? These powerful words, these parts of you that maybe you're expressing, maybe you're not. Maybe there's still, you're like, I think I'm brave, but I don't really act like it. I think I'm colorful. I think I'm effervescent. I know there's a part of me that used to be vibrant. I just haven't been in touch with that part of me anymore, or lately, right? Whatever. What does it feel like in your body to look at this list? And when I say feel like in your body, I don't mean up here. I mean, what does it feel like? Can you be with these words that describe you? And can you hold them? Can you feel them? Can you connect to them, or do they feel like something that is separate from you? Can you attune to them and feel them? Can you embody them? That's my question. And that's actually not a rhetorical question. I would love some answers.
Oh, yeah.
What does
All
it
right.
feel like in your body to look at your list, these words that describe the essence of who you are? Can you be with it, or is there any resistance between you and your list? That's what I'm curious about.
Go ahead, Patricia. You're off mute. Go ahead. What are you thinking when you look at your list?
Well, my question was, were they only supposed to be good words?
You know what?
That's a great question.
That's a beautiful
Because I
question.
don't want to feel the bad
I
word.
am not here. I'm not here to edit anyone's experience. So I'm going to say just whatever is on your list. What does it feel like to look at them?
It feels honest.
Feels honest.
Yeah.
What is the can I ask you a couple of questions? You can say no.
Yeah.
You can, okay. Are the words, do they vary from being positive to being, or like pleasant to unpleasant? Are there different qualities of words, or help me understand sort of like, what do you have on your paper?
Yeah, I put things like thoughtful, caring, forgiving, and then I also added tired, broken, and hurting.
Yeah.
And then I finished it off with trustworthy and fun.
Tired, broken, and hurting. So let me go back to the original question. The essence of who you are. The essence of who you are. Not what happened to you. Not the condition of your body. The essence of who you are. The part of you that can never be wounded.
I don't know.
Right? It just changed, didn't it? Because I'm going to bet, Patricia, I would bet my house on it, that the essence of who you are is not broken. I'd bet my life on it. I would bet that broken and hurting and tired is actually a healthy response to what's happened to you. It's an appropriate response to what's happened to you. I don't think it's bad. I think something's happened for you to say that. Something that should have never happened, or something that happened that is more than your body could hold or to handle. And it left you feeling broken, tired, and helpless. Hurting, broken, tired, and hurting. That is not the essence of who you are. That's an expression of what happened to you. That's different. Right? And I even look at words like thoughtful. What were some of the beginning words that you used, Patricia? Thoughtful.
Caring, funny, forgiving.
Thoughtful, caring, forgiving. Those are beautiful words. Those are beautiful words. And oftentimes when I think of those words, they are the parts that we're describing, the parts of us that are in service to other people. So let's break it down even further. I want to know about the essence of who you are that is in service to you. Right? Because when I think of something like caring, let me ask you, if you were to describe your relationship with your body and with your wounds, with your hurt and your pain, would you say that your relationship to all of those parts is caring and thoughtful and forgiving? Probably not, right? I saw you, right?
Right.
So these thoughtful, caring, and forgiving, these are parts of us that we've developed that are in service of other people. That's not who we are. These are parts of us that have developed that are in service of other. Not that you're not thoughtful, not that you're not caring, but again, I'm saying deeper.
Okay.
Deeper than that. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
So for me, this is where it's like personal style. See how we're here, and then you say, and then I go, oh, nope, deeper. Oh, yeah, okay, nope, deeper. Oh, that's good. Nope, deeper, right? Personal style, the essence of who you are. Right?
Excellent points. I wrote that down, in service of others, in service to others. You're right. That is separate than who we are. It's an expression of who we are. But what is that essence on the inside?
What would it be? Another way to say that, Janine, would be what part of you, like what is the essence of who you are that fuels your thoughtfulness, your caring, your forgiveness? Because what I know to be true is that for many of us, especially women, our caring and our thoughtfulness is actually a form of self-abandonment and people-pleasing.
Isn't that interesting? I love that. All right. So some essence words.
Yeah. So throw me some words, my new friends, that describe the essence of who you are. I actually see Robin.
So yeah, I had this word come to me, bold, and I don't actually think of myself as being bold, but I kept hearing it in my head, bold, bold. So I wrote it down, and as soon as I wrote it down, I stopped hearing it. So apparently my essence is bold because that wanted to come out.
Wanted to come out. That's beautiful. And when you sort of like, you're like, bold, I don't know, like, there's this like resistance to it, right? What would it be like? Tell me right now, when I say to you, oh, Robin, you are so bold. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Or is it, where do you feel that? You are so bold.
Right in my chest.
What does it feel like?
It feels good. It feels a little painful, but it feels good. Like like a hurt so good kind of.
So good.
Yeah.
And I love that there's two things happening at the same time, because it's like what I'm hearing is this essence of like, yes, and the other part being like, oh, scary.
Yeah.
It's scary to put my bold out there. Like, did I just say that on a call that's being recorded? What? Right? That's a big deal. And you know what kind of woman does that? A bold one.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Beautiful. What else? What else do we have?
Come on, Janet. You know you got a word in there. Unmute. There you go. Here it comes.
Genuine.
Genuine. What does that mean to you?
This is me. This is who I am.
And who are you?
Do you want the list?
This is what I think is interesting about words like genuine and authentic. They're kind of up here, but they don't really tell me anything about who you are.
Okay.
Right? Right? Do you see what I mean? Because I go, genuine, tell me how. And you're like, it's who I am. Okay, who are you then? So again, do you see, like, this isn't as easy as you think it is, because
Right.
we often go and we're like, this is, and then I go, oh, let's go a little bit deeper. Personal style. This is where it begins. Because what is genuine? If we don't know what genuine is describing, then how does genuine lead us in any kind of direction? If we haven't explored what genuine means, right? So tell me a little bit about what genuine means to you.
It means that I, you know, why is this so hard to find the words?
It's just as hard for me, Janet. I'm feeling the same way you are right now. That's why I'm glad you're on and not me.
It's
Well,
sort of,
go ahead.
that I'm gonna show you exactly who I am.
And who is that? Oh, I love it. And you know what? I will stop it, because I know it's like I'm putting the pressure on. I'm going to back off a little bit. And this is important, right? And it's hard. And I go through this, I teach this, right? It's hard. We spend a week doing this because it's hard. Why is it hard? It's hard because we have not, because we don't live in a world where we feel as though it is safe for us to fully express for all kinds of reasons.
Well, I feel like I feel like everyone who is here, who knows me, know that about me. You know what I mean?
Okay, so how would they describe you? If genuine was too vague, what words would they use to describe you? Would it be okay with you, Janet, if I asked some of these folks that know you to give us a word? Can we play with that? Does that feel okay for you?
Fine.
Okay. Janine, you start. Can you give me a word to
Honest.
describe Janet?
Honest, kind, risk taker, open, highly aware, fun, right off the top of my head.
Hey, Janet, what was it like to receive that?
I love that.
I love every minute of it, Jerry.
Does that feel good for you?
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? So what does it look like? What is genuine? You're like honest, kind, open, fun. They came so fast I couldn't write them all down.
Risk taker.
Risk taker.
Aware, highly aware. Honest, that's a good one. Real honest, but kind's honest, not like a brutally honest.
Yeah.
Not an asshole at all. Like assholes here, and then here's Janet.
Yeah.
Right? Super, super kind, but you're always going to know exactly how she feels about you. You're never going to have to wonder. She's completely raw in a very kind, loving way.
That's beautiful. So
Can I
Janet,
throw in sassy?
Sassy. Yes, she is.
See, I like that too.
yeah. So Janet, I would encourage you to write some of these words down. These are gifts to you,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
right? These are gifts to you.
mm-hmm.
So what we can play, does anybody else have any words, anything they'd like to share? Even in the chat box or message me privately or message Janine.
Martha, I cannot believe you are so quiet right now, but I get you might have something going on. And everyone else who has their camera off, I get it. We're at a different time right now, but these people are very talkative people. So if we are not doing it today, we're going to talk about this next week. Erin, you have some time while you're at work to throw out some words about you?
I've got a couple.
What do you have, Erin?
I put smart, funny, capable, competent, and then I threw in some of the people pleasers. Carefree and patient.
Patience, a good one.
Not indefinitely though. I have limits on that too, but most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. So, what I would, where I'm going to take this now again, because I'm like, where are we going? So where I want to kind of, actually, Janine, did you have more words that you wanted to share of your own? Might as well get them out there, because oftentimes, the other thing that before you speak is listen to other people share and notice which one pings inside of your own heart, inside of your own body, right? Because maybe someone heard Robin say bold and a part of you went, and then you quickly shut that down. That's information for you. Maybe you heard fun and you were like, I want to be fun. If you thought, I want to be fun, that's you, right? Any of these things. Here's the thing. I'm going to blow your mind right now that I think like this is like the thing that's so wild. Anything that you want to be, you hear someone else go, I wish I had that. It's not a commodity that you buy on Amazon. You're like, oh no, lighthearted. Let me see if they have any in stock on Amazon. How much? No, this is something that's accessible to all of us. If you think it exists for you. That's the cool thing is we so often look at someone and go, oh, I want what she's having. And if it is a commodity that only a few people get and the rest of us are just screwed, that's not actually the way it works, right? So listen to other people's words and notice how they resonate or ping inside of your own body. And then what you get to do is you get to try them on.
Everything you're saying right now is making so much sense, because you just said you got to find your own, right? Otherwise you're going to try on somebody else's style and it's going to feel like a costume. I'm sitting here the whole time staring at your earrings and I'm like, I love her earrings. I love her earrings. But I know if I wear big, bold earrings, I'm going to feel like, well, who the hell do I think I am?
Yeah.
And then I just went to, I think I'm Janine who wears big, bold earrings. That's who I think I am. Like, go lean into that. Don't
right.
shy away from it. Just like Robin, you are bold. You are very bold, right? I mean, the things that you've done in your life are freaking bold. So you're right. Like, if you're having that little, I want that, that's probably a clue that you are that, and that it's being covered up somehow by something or someone or yourself.
Yeah. But it's important. I think
good
it's
shit.
important. It's important to like draw it back to the thing and not the thing. So it's like not about the earrings, it's about the person, it's about the character trait that would drive you to want to wear those earrings. Because you could look at somebody with big giant diamond earrings or giant pearl. I had this with pearls. I had a girlfriend that wore pearls and I'm like, and then I bought myself pearls and I was like, I feel ridiculous in these things, right? But I loved them on her, and what I loved was her congruency. They weren't for me. I need big plasticky, clay earrings. These are Stasia. The big pearls, not Stasia, right? But I loved them on her. And so sometimes it takes a little play to like try the thing and be like, I don't know, is it me or is it, I call them, those negative voices inside your head that are like, you can't get away with that. Like is it that or is it not congruent for me? And sometimes it's hard to know the difference. And so Janine, you could look at my earrings and be like, I don't know, am I a person that could get it? That would be what I call them giblets. It's the negative voices inside your head that say you can't. I gave them a name so I could name them and tame them. So I could have a conversation with them, right? And be like, hey, giblet, actually, right? Like, so I can move into conversation with that part of me that doesn't think that's me. But sometimes it turns out that that isn't me. Right? So it can be really tricky to tell the difference between not me, not congruent, and this giblet voice saying, not you, you're not cool enough. Right? And you can kind of tell the difference by the attitude. If it's like, that's just not me, then that's probably the genuine not you voice talking. But if you're like, you are so not cool enough to do that, who do you think you are? That's a giblet, because we don't speak to ourselves that way. Our giblets speak to us that way, right? Does that make sense? Even being able to tell the difference between same language. One's got attitude. One is just like, yeah, no, that doesn't really do it for me. You can't get
This
away with
goes
that.
right in line with what we talk about in this group, that little tiny intuition voice that goes, Janine, you really should not be doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Versus the voice that's like, you really shouldn't be doing that. What the hell are you doing? My God. And that's the ego. That's like I love that. The demons, the giblets. You listen to that little quiet voice and it's like, maybe this is you. Maybe it's not you. Maybe we try it on a little bit. So you have to learn to, doesn't it always come down to learning to listen to that little voice, that little intuition?
Well, and I think there's tremendous value in listening to the giblet voice, because we can call it a little demon, but we can also reframe it and say, that's the part of us that's protecting us from something. It's a protector. If you wear big earrings, people might laugh at you. If you wear big earrings, people are going to notice you. If you wear big earrings, you're not going to go under the radar anymore. So then I'm going to like have my own back by preventing me from doing the thing that I want to do, because there's a part of me that's afraid of being seen, of expressing, of being out there because of what might happen. Right? And so if we can move into relationship with the part of us that's afraid and say, I hear you. I know you're afraid. But guess what? I am a grown ass woman and I have got this. And that part of you goes, oh, okay, I thought you were still 7 years old. And a release happens. And then you can move into it without having to like arm wrestle it, because it will then end up making you super self-conscious, and you'll have all this like chatter in your head that'll make you feel horrible, right? It's too much. Right?
And go running out of the store with having purchased nothing.
Yeah.
So how do we take now these words that are our essence, and translate them onto an outfit on Amazon?
So then the step that's where I would take it now is, once you have your words, is know what they feel like inside your body. So when you look at a word like bold, like what centers in your body does it light up? Right? Or you think of a word fun or carefree. What part of your body, like if you could imagine these like light signals, you know what I mean? This like honing thing inside your body, and you say carefree and your heart goes, or it goes pew, 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 or something, or like this radiance starts pulsating out of your body. That's what you're paying attention to. What does it feel like? What does it feel like? What does my carefreeness feel like? When I'm connected, what does carefree feel like? Who am I when I'm carefree? My shoulders are back. I'm loose. I feel like my arms are out here. I feel effervescent. I feel radiant. Oh my word, I'm starting to see some colors. I'm seeing yellow. I'm seeing pink. I'm seeing salmon, a little bit of teal. It's flowy. And then we'd have elements of our style right there.
Yeah, we do. That was really good.
Right?
Yeah. because you're right. I feel the words differently in different parts of my body. When you said bold, I was like, oh, I feel that here in my throat. But then creative and fun, I felt lower in my stomach and my hips. I'm
Yeah,
like, what
so
the
that's
hell is
great.
that? That's new.
Yeah. This is cool, isn't it? It's like totally trippy and psychedelic, and I love it so much. Okay, so Janine, will you play with me for a minute? So let's go to creative, right? Okay, so close your eyes. Tell me about creative. Where does it live inside of your body? What part of you is lighting up when you say the words, I'm creative? Where do you
My
feel
stomach, for some reason, right in here, the stomach and the hips.
the stomach and the hips? So tell me about it. What is it? What color it is? What expression it has? Is it small and tight? Is it wide and expansive? Does it vibrate? Does it hum? Is it sharp? Is it roundy? Tell me, does it angular? Tell me about it. Describe it to me.
There's a lot of movement to it. There's a lot of movement to it. And I wasn't even thinking shapes, but as soon as you said round, I'm like, oh yeah, it's round and it's purple and it's moving and it's kind of like not like a hard circle. It's kind of like a fluid, like it's not hard. Maybe it's water and it's easy and it's fun and it's purple. How does that sound? That sounds insane to me.
This is fantastic.
Okay, good.
Back to you. So creative. So now we have some descriptors. It's round, it's purple, it's fluid. It's not hard. Maybe water, it's easy. Water, purple, right? And so you take these elements and so you're like, okay, now I know what creative feels like in your body. I know where to feel it. I have some elements. So you have two things you can do with this. One, you head to the store. I'm a thrifter, so I would head to the Goodwill because my whole outfit is always from the Goodwill, everything.
Whole outfit. Yep.
Except for my jewelry. I pay real dollars for my jewelry because when I lose weight and gain weight, they still fit, but my pants don't. So I pay $5 for my pants and real money for my jewelry. That's my strategy. Because I know
love
pants,
that.
like, it's smart, right? Like pants, I don't know. Size Monday to Friday, that's just too, I can't spend a lot of money on this. $5 is my max for $5.99. I prefer half price day, $2.99 for my pants.
I love that. If
But
I
I'll pay
spend
$100
$7 on a shirt, you're right. $7, I have to love it. Like
oh,
$5,
$7, that's a lot of money.
Right. I have to love it.
Oh, $7, I gotta love it. I'll pay $2.99, $3.99. Yeah.
Easy.
Seven, I gotta really think about it. I have to roll it around the store for 10 minutes to see how much I love it.
Exactly. I love her.
So I'm a Goodwill girl all through and through. So you go to the Goodwill, you look for things that are purple. You look for things that are easy. You look for things that maybe have some flow to them, right? So now you know what you're looking for when you walk in the store and it's not overwhelm. You're not walking in and you're like, holy shit. The Goodwill has got like 7,000 racks. It's like super, like so overwhelming. You're just like, I'm looking to like be in relationship with my creative. I'm only going to go in and scan the store for purple things. I'm going to give myself 7 minutes.
That's fabulous.
You just look for one thing. Right? I'm looking
She's
for
right.
flowy.
This works. I was watching a TikTok about this blue pinstripe shirt and how it goes with a camel colored sweater, which I happen to have. And it goes with all the different color pants that you have. You got to have a blue pinstripe. I'm like, okay. So this is when I walked into the thrift store and immediately had to go to the bathroom and then had to talk myself into staying there and finding my blue shirt. And I felt like I was just guided to it. It was $5. It's a great name. And you're right. That was easy to do. And I talked myself out of doing that again. Cause I'm like, well, that was just a fluke. That will never happen again. But what you're saying, that's how you do it. That's how it's done.
That's how I don't get overwhelmed when I go into a thrift store. I know what I'm looking for. Right. So that's one way you pull it out. You know what you're looking for. So you can do this with your words, right? Or you walk in. The other thing I like to do is I call them like expeditions because sometimes I don't even bring money with me. You just leave because it can make it feel less stressful. You just leave your wallet in the car and you walk in and you look and you notice what parts of you get lit, right? And you're like, oh, that thing just lit, like my belly just went, it just did that thing. And then you pull it out and you're like, I would have never thought of this in a million years, but I knew what to pay attention to. I let my body show me. I let my emotions show me. I let my essence, which lives inside your body, I let that guide me. Right? So you could even be in the car and be like, today, I'm really looking for something to connect me to my creativity, to my flow, right? I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm just going to go in. I'm feeling it right now. I'm going to see where that resonance lies. And you just scan and you look, and then you see a shirt with eggs on it, and your belly starts to flutter, and you're like, eggs? And your body's like, yes. And you're like, okay, right? And then you end up moving in a direction that is outside of what you ever thought. It's not part of a prescription. It is personal style. Because your
This
body
makes so much sense.
Yes.
So I always went into a store thinking, what should I buy?
That disaster. Yeah.
Disaster.
Disaster.
For my age, what should I wear?
You just made me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I feel walking into a store.
Yeah.
So you go by your own feelings. That's it. You shop with your emotions, with who you are. It doesn't matter what the rules are. It doesn't matter who likes it. If it's in style, who cares if it's in style? How does it make you feel? Because then wearing it is going to bring out that emotion.
And here's the thing that I think is it's like you have to be it. Well, I'm going to say what I'm saying, and then I'll explain it if it doesn't make any sense. So often it can be like, I'm just not a person that wears purple. And you're like, okay, which part of you is speaking right now? Because once you put the purple on, you're connected to your creativity. Now there's this like positive feedback loop because now you're feeling it, you're wearing it. And there's this voice that's like, you can't wear purple, and your whole body's like, oh, yes, we can, right? So then you've got like your backup is built in. But when you're sitting outside of it, you're not connected to it, then it's easier to listen to the voice that says you can't wear purple. But if you're connected to the purple and your whole body is all up in the purple, then that voice is like, you can't wear purple, and your body's like, oh, yes, we can. Because it's connected to it and it's experiencing it, right? So it's so easy to look at something and be like, I would never. If it's congruent, if it's like, put it on, see how you feel. Because the feeling is often the thing that roots you into the thing that you're afraid of, but now you're in it. It's no longer outside of you. Do you know what I mean? It's a little nuancy to play with.
No, you said it perfectly. And that's why when you look at an outfit that somebody else is wearing and you love it, right? You're loving the congruency because you're probably subconsciously picking up on the energy that they're putting out, and you're subconsciously noticing that their outfit is matching that energy that they're putting out. Right. And that's why when you try it on, it does nothing for you.
Right. And it could be because you're not connected to your own congruency. So it could be that, and there's a part of you that's like shutting that part of you down, right? Like, no, we don't feel that. We don't allow ourselves to feel that because style is petty and it's superficial. And the only thing that really matters is that we're comfortable and we're good on the inside. And it doesn't matter what happens on the outside. Blah, 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 blah. These are like universal thoughts. We all think they're so not unique. They've been conditioned into our brains by the patriarchy, whatever, right? Like all of the things. So it's just stripping us of our autonomy and our sovereignty and our agency, right? All of that stuff. So it's like really moving into it. Like once I embody my own creativity, is there resonance? Is there not resonance? That's when you're going to know, right? But here's the thing. None of this work. So the thing, like when I teach style, the thing that I understand, because we can do all of this work around congruency, and I can't teach congruency without also teaching two other things, right? So I can teach congruency, but if we don't have the capacity to be in our full expression, then we're still stuck, right? And many of us, myself included, had zero capacity to be in my full expression because I had lived my life like this in self-protection because of what happened to me. Living out here felt really vulnerable. I'm exposed, I'm open, everything is just right here. So I found safety. Even my shoulders would be like this. Kind of hunched over a little bit, my arms often crossed in front of my body, total self-protection for good reason. So to teach congruency, it's like you can learn and be like, yes, yes, yes. And then, because I've worked with thousands and thousands of women, right? So they find their congruency and they put on the outfit and they're like, yes, this is, and they have tears and they open the door and they have a panic attack. They can't wear it out the house. That is a real experience, right? Because we don't have capacity to be in our full expression. We're still afraid. So it wouldn't be like, if I can teach congruency, but I also have to teach how do we build capacity to be in our full expression, right? Which then leads me to teach what prevents me? If I'm like, yes, this is amazing, and then I hit the front door and I'm like, oh my God, I can't leave the house, I have to take this off. I've moved from to this, now I'm afraid. Why am I afraid? Because the world doesn't feel safe. Because it's scary out there. What if somebody says I'm too old to wear this? What if somebody says my hair looks like a rat's nest? What if somebody says I'm too fat to wear this? What if somebody says, why are you dressed up that way? It's just Tuesday. What if I'm at the post office and somebody does this to me? That's what keeps us wearing the regular things and not expressing our congruency, right? So how do we navigate that? If that's what I'm doing, if I'm not wanting to go out in my full expression, it's because I'm afraid of what's happening out there, which tells me that I am looking for safety outside of my body. Are you safe? Are you safe? Is this safe? Is it safe over here? Not safe here, not safe here. It shows me if I can't do this out there, it shows me that I'm looking for safety outside of me. So then part 3 of my work, I teach congruency. We talk about capacity. How do we build capacity? We build capacity by finding safety inside of our bodies. The safety lives inside of me. When I can stop outsourcing my safety to everyone else and I belong to myself, then I can truly walk out the door and not give 2 shits about what anybody thinks. But that takes practice. We can posture and be like, I don't care what anybody thinks. Well, if you're posturing, you do care because that's why you're posturing. That's what posturing is. It's a protective, defensive, armored up expression, as opposed to just softening into like, I just like to dress this way, even though I'm 50 years old. I think I look adorable. And somebody says, you're too old to wear that. And you're like, oh, I can tell that this doesn't work for you. What's that like for you to see me wearing this? It doesn't affect me. Because when you are having an experience about the way I show up in the world, guess whose experience that is? Yours. not mine, because I think I think I'm adorable. If you think I look too old to wear this, I get this stuff all the time. I'm on Instagram. Whew. It is a danger zone out there, people. People like to have opinions. So it's amazing the opinions that people have. And what it's showing me is where they are, not who I am and what I'm allowed to be. You can't get away with that. What I'm here, I go, oh, you don't think that you could wear something like this at my age? I'm sorry somebody made you feel that way.
That's a great response, because what the hell are they going to say to that other than, oh, yeah, that's true. And you answered my question. I was going to ask you, well, I was going to say, listen, nobody is that mean. No one is actually going to say, you can't wear that. But then you said Instagram. And I was like, yeah, actually, that's where they say it. Instagram, TikTok, and all the comments. So thank you for addressing that. Oh, hold on a second. We've got a message from Martha. I'm going to read to you guys.
Yes. I was
Oh,
gonna say,
go ahead. Who start? Okay, you were going to say that.
I was going to say, ooh, I want to talk about this with Martha. Can I read it? Is that okay?
Oh, please. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw it. I wanted to because I have things. I have things. Okay. I wonder if anyone shares this feeling. I feel like MS has obliterated my fashion game. Those I pick now largely must be selected with the priority of function over form. I have to pick primarily ugly, clunky shoes that stay on my feet. I can't wear heels or the shoes that really should go with the outfit. I feel like expressing my essence must take a far backseat to finding clothes that I can wear on my compromised body. How do I get to a point where I don't want to scream? I know these shoes are awful, but I have no choice. This is beautiful, because you know what I'm going to do right now? Look at the outfit that I'm wearing. I feel adorable right now. So I'm like got my half top, I have like the wide-legged sailor pants. And so I don't have MS, but I will say I have a neuroma in my left foot, which is like an exposed nerve that every time you step on it feels like there's a pea in your shoe. It's terrible. I've got plantar fascia, is that what you say? On my right foot with the heel, like heel pain, and a bunion. I got things. Look at the shoes that I'm wearing. These are the homeliest things. They're UFO's recovery shoes. These are not cute shoes. I'm wearing recovery shoes. And I feel adorable.
I feel like they are cute shoes and they go with those pants, but you're right. Look at them. When you hold them like that, no, they're not cute at all.
Not cute. They're recovery shoes. They're UFOs they're like those big shoes that are wide toe so that so like your heels don't hurt, your toes don't hurt, you have plenty of space. These are not in any fashion magazines, I promise you. They're just
sensible orthopedic
They're
shoes.
sensible orthopedic shoes, and they're slip-on. It doesn't get any like
uglier than that, but they go with the outfit. You did well.
But like, my point is that style is what you make it. I wear these shoes and it cracks me up because I'm like, these are objectively kind of ugly. They're not, and I wear them and people go, where did I could sell 100 pairs of these tomorrow if I did an Instagram post about them. Why? Because I did this. Because I friggin' rocked the hell out of them and said, yeah, I've got funky feet. I can only wear 5 pairs of shoes because most shoes don't work on my feet because I've got funky feet. So what? That's not going to stop me from feeling fabulous. Don't have your ears pierced? Wear clip-ons. You have a metal allergy? Wear a leather cord around your neck. Right? Things need to be fussy. They can be in a color that lights you up. Your pants can still fit. I can wear sweatpants and a hoodie and walk into a room and people will stop me and go, whoa, I love your style. Because my sweatpants fit me. They're a color that works for me. I'm wearing a hoodie with a jean jacket and I've got my collar popped and I'm wearing a pair of giant earrings, no makeup, and a baseball cap. But I've got it on a little sideways and it's in a poppy color with my recovery shoes on. And I walk in town and people are like, you're adorable. And I'm like, I know. But not in a smug way, but just in a like, this is like, I feel good. And so everything that you're saying here, one of the things that I think is so, so important is that because I'm getting dressed in a way that honors my today body. And if my today body had MS, then I would be honoring my today body with MS. If that means I can only wear recovery shoes, then I find the cutest damn recovery shoes that their internet can show me. I'm telling you, everything, I got these for $5 at the Goodwill. So I'm telling you, I wear everything from the Goodwill, right? But it's like you can find, so you're like, all right, I can only wear recovery shoes. I'm going to pick the hot pink ones. And then I'm going to wear them with cheetah socks. But I happen to only be able to wear, what are those tight socks called? You know what I'm talking about. The compression socks.
Stands? Oh, compression.
Like
Okay.
compression socks, but I have to wear compression socks. Okay, get the polka dotted ones. They don't have to be beige. They can be polka dotted. My postal person, my mail person, she's adorable and she has to wear her mail outfit and she wears funky compression socks every day with her little mail lady outfit. And I'm just like, she is friggin' rocking it. She could be like, oh, I have to wear compression socks. I'm on my feet all day. She's like, yeah, I'm going to make him cute. Right? So these things that we think are the things that are obliterating our fashion game are really just inviting us into deeper relationship with our today bodies. Okay, body, I'm not going to put you in shoes that are going to hurt you. I love you too much. So I'm going to wear these shoes that feel really good. And we're going to do it in hot pink. Right? Or navy blue. Mine are black shiny. Right? So we find ways, because then once we're moving into reverence with our bodies, oh, I can't wear this stiff, itchy thing because I'm super sensitive. My skin is very sensitive, right? I work with a lot of people that like highly sensitive people. They can't wear things with tags. Okay. J. Crew, most of their stuff doesn't have a tag in it because they stamp it right on the shirt. Go to Walmart, doesn't matter. So you find things without tags. All of these things that we think are limitations, they're actually not the limitations that they think that we're like, well, I can't wear shirts with tags, so I have to only wear sweatpants. No, there are like a million things you still have access to. I think we focus on what we can't have and we forget what we can. And I'm like, I get to wear shoes that feel good on my feet. How lucky am I that it's the year 2024 and there's such thing as recovery shoes? How lucky am I? So I put them on and I'm like, here, good body, with my hurdy feet that really are struggling right now. I'm doing all my exercises and going to PT, but they're still really painful. So I'm going to put on my good shoes on my good body. And they don't really go with the outfit, but they go with me and they serve my good body.
I love that. I loved everything about that. Martha, thank you for that question.
It's really
I didn't see the answer going that way. Please read her response.
You are making me realize how much I have stopped trying to look stylish because of all the limitations I have. You have motivated me to do as much as I can. And it's so easy, Martha, to focus on the limitations and forget what we have available to us. Especially when we're feeling, and I don't know what your relationship is with your body, but oftentimes when there is autoimmune stuff, we tend to feel like it's us against our bodies, as opposed to our bodies doing everything it can to support us. How can I then move into a reverent relationship with my body? A huge part of my work, huge, is how to build a relationship of reverence with your today body. Not how do you love your body? That makes me also throw up in my mouth. How do I show love to my body? There's a difference between loving and showing love. I don't have to love the cellulite on my thighs, but I can still show love to my good legs for doing good leggy things. There's a difference.
I feel like that needs to go on a mug. The cellulite and the leggy things. Like, I'm going to, thank God this is being recorded, because I'm definitely putting that on a mug. I need to look at that line every day. That was beautiful. I'll
Yeah.
send you one, Stasia.
I would use it happily.
This
So-
has been absolutely fabulous. It just went in a direction that I couldn't have even anticipated. I learned so much. And as soon as we get off this call, I'm going to Google the Goodwill and see when they're open till, because I know my thrift store is closed. So I'm going to try the Goodwill. This was absolutely fabulous, Stasia. Thank you so much. I can't wait to have you on again.
I would love to. I could talk. I still I didn't even barely touch my notes. So there's so much that I could share and to talk about. And I really love having these conversations with folks that are willing to have the conversation, right? Because it's not the way we usually talk about style. Notice we haven't really talked much about the clothes. I'm not like, so if you're a triangle, if you're shaped like an apple, I don't care about that shit, honestly.
Or if you're a winter or a cool summer.
Oh, don't even with the colors. Oh, well, and I say that, and because I teach color in style school, and the way that, because I teach this stuff, right? And so I go, there's this whole system out there. And what I like, if you want to, because I have no shame if you've had your colors done. I know a lot of people do it and they find it valuable. And it's also something that robs us of our intuition and our knowing.
I see that now. I can see that clearly now after this class.
I say to somebody, you should wear because we play with color and style. I go, how about we wear orange? Oh, I can't wear orange. It's not on my color card. And I'm like, wait a minute. Who runs your life? A color card? Yeah, but what if I don't get the right orange?
Too many rules. Too much. I can't. I right. It's giving me a headache already.
Right? And so, but the rules can provide us with what? Safety. If I'm following the rules, I know that I'm doing it right. And doing it right makes me feel safe. But what have I done? I've outsourced my safety. What if I could wear the wrong orange and be okay with that? And this is why teaching, I teach style. And what ends up happening is that you end up with some damn cute outfits, fully, building your capacity to express what's on the inside, on the outside, like stepping into your full expression, right? So you end up with good style. You end up trusting your intuition, knowing how to build your capacity for safety and joy. You end up building a stronger relationship with your today body. You stop objectifying yourself and start living in the body that you have. You stop attuning to what you don't have and opening up to what you do have, right? So it's like because if a color card is going to determine where my yes is and where my no is, where else in my life am I outsourcing my safety because I don't carry that safety inside of me? Who else is making decisions for me? Where else am I overriding my body's boundaries? Right? So much work in if I am wearing pants that make my crotch hurt, where else in my life am I letting something dictate my comfort and in the way that I feel in my body? If I'm willing to wear pants that hurt my feelings, who else am I allowing to hurt my feelings? They're pants.
Where else in my life? Who else in my life is hurting my crotch? God damn it, get them out immediately. I love this. There's so
It's
many.
all the things. If I'm going to walk around every day accepting the fact that my bra makes me feel fat, makes me feel like something's wrong with my body, tells me blah, 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 all of this stuff, that's a bra. It's a pair of pants. It's true. If I'm willing to let a piece of fabric bully me, and I am not willing to stand up for myself, I guarantee you that's happening in 100 other areas of your life. If you can stick up for yourself to your pants, to your bra, to that camisole that rides up and shoots up because your belly doesn't work with your belly. If you can stand up for yourself in your closet, it'll shift the way you engage with everyone in your life. It's so amazingly powerful. It's mind-blowing. Okay. I could go on for just.
Don't let your bra bully you is the next mug. Yes, I need to be looking at that as well. There's so many gems here. We're going to get rich off the mugs I'm going to make off your class here. Where can we go for Style School? Please plug the Style School.
So, you follow me on Instagram. That's where, if you hang out on Instagram, that's mostly where I hang out, is on Instagram. So I give away so much free content on there. It's kind of bananas. I'm like all the time on there. So that's where I hang out the most. And then like you can also get on my email list if you wanted to, because I send good emails. I don't send them very often, but when I send an email, it's something I work on for like 1,000 years, and it becomes this whole like lesson in and of itself, because I'm a teacher. That's what I do. I teach, right? So I share and I teach, and this is the way that I teach style. So I'm going to have a couple of different small classes coming up, and then I'll be running a bigger session of Style School in the fall, which I'm revamping right now, making it longer because I'm turning Body Week into a 2-week section instead of just 1 week, because there's so much work to be done with building relationships with our bodies and learning how to dress our bodies, like playing with that a little bit. Like, how do we stop hiding our bellies and just like start showing up in our bodies? So there's a lot of work to be done there. So I'm shifting the curriculum a lot. So much of what I teach is really somatically informed. Right? So doing like what we did before, where do you feel that in your body? How does it want to express? Right? So a lot of like somatic exercises, a lot of trauma work kind of goes into the way that I teach. But I'm going to have 2 mini classes coming out in the next few months. One is how to shop without stress and anxiety. So really working people through like a whole like system on how to shop without getting overwhelmed, which is going to be very little about the clothes, more about how to navigate overwhelm, right? And I'll be doing another one. I just got back from a week in Puerto Rico by myself, which was amazing. It was going to snow here. I live in Vermont. Sunday night, I booked a ticket and I flew out Tuesday morning. Just like that, I was out of town, but I had to buy the cheapest airplane ticket because it was the day before. And so I couldn't take any luggage. No check-in, no carry-on. I went for 8 days, 9 days in a little backpack that was this big. I only had my personal item with like a purse, like a little pursey backpack. That's all I took for 9 days in Puerto Rico. It's fantastic. And so everybody was like, how in hell do you do that, Stasia?
A style expert, no less. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be teaching a class on sort of like packing for a trip, because again, it has nothing to do with the clothes and everything to do with the what ifs. But what if? But what if? If you have safety inside your body, none of the what ifs matter. Right? So again, I'm going to be teaching how to pack, but it's going to be teaching about building that capacity and finding safety. I'm going to teach about shopping, building capacity, finding safety. Teaching Style School, building capacity, finding safety. And I teach it differently every time, and you can learn it. Every time you study it, it sinks a little more deeply into your body, right? The way you understand it shifts every single time. I've been working with this stuff for years, and just a couple of days ago, it's like, oh, I didn't understand it. And I've been doing it for like, my understanding of it changes every time. I think of this work as being cyclical and concentric. right? It just gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It just doesn't end. So anyway, that's what I have coming up. That's what I have on the horizon. And I would love to see
Well, I'll be seeing you inside those classes.
if
Yeah, I will be there. This is awesome. We'll see how we can, when we're going to do this again, not if, but when.
I'd love to come back.
And oh, this was wonderful. Thank you so much. You're so good at what you do. We've got so much value in just this quick hour and 18 minutes. So I'm going to let you go. Patricia and everybody else here, you're going to be getting a recording of this so we can watch it again and we can get those mug quotes down. Stasia, thank you so much. It was great to meet you, and we will see you again soon.
All right.
Hey,
Thank you,
Janine, my
everyone.
husband's a printer.
Your husband's a printer. I'll be reaching out to him.
Oh, my word.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.